What if everything you learned about the Earth is wrong? Like, seriously, everything. From the time you were a kid, they showed you that little blue marble, the globe in your classroom, and told you, this is home. But what if that's the biggest lie ever sold? What if the reality is so radically different it would shatter your entire perception of the world? It sounds crazy, I know. I thought it was crazy too. But then you start looking into it, and you find things that just don't add up. The official story starts to get a little shaky. Today we're going off the deep end, bro. We're diving into 5 reasons some believe the Earth is flat, and not a sphere. We're not saying it's true, we're not saying it's false. We're just asking the questions. We're putting the so-called facts on trial and seeing if they hold up. We're talking about things you see with your own eyes, things that defy the globe model. We'll get into why planes seem to fly over a flat surface. All right, let's start with something you can go out and see for yourself right now. The horizon. They tell us we live on a ball that's, 25,000 miles in circumference? If that's true, there should be a noticeable curve. You should be able to see it, especially from up high. But you don't. Go to the beach and look out over the ocean. It's a perfectly straight, flat line as far as the eye can see. There's no bulge, no bend, no hint of a massive sphere. It's just flat. Now, the globeheads will tell you, oh, you're not high enough to see the curve. Okay, fair enough. So what about from a plane at 35,000 feet, or a weather balloon at over 120,000 feet? Look at the footage. Even from those insane altitudes, the horizon line rises with the observer and remains perfectly flat from edge to edge. If we were really on a gigantic ball, the horizon should stay fixed and drop away from you as you ascend. But that's not what we see. This next one is a mind-bender, especially if you've ever been on a long flight. Think about it. If the Earth is a spinning ball, rotating at over 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, and a plane is flying for, say, 10 hours, the pilot would have to constantly be adjusting. They'd have to be dipping the nose of the plane down like every few minutes to keep from flying off into space. The Earth is supposed to be curving away from you as you fly in a straight line. But guess what? They don't. Go ask a pilot. They set their altitude and their heading, and for the most part, they fly level. They don't have a curvature correction joystick they're constantly fighting. Gyroscopes on a plane, which are used to maintain orientation, stay level with the surface below them. If the surface was constantly curving downwards, that instrument would show it, and the pilot would have to fight it. But it remains stable, indicating the plane is flying over a flat, level plane. And let's get even crazier. Think about a flight from, Australia to Chile. On a globe, the shortest path is to fly over Antarctica. But no commercial flights do that. Instead, they take these bizarre, long-ass routes. Why? On a flat Earth map, however, these routes make perfect sense. Let's talk about the most basic element on our planet, water. What's the one property of water that everyone knows? It finds its level. It lays flat. You can't stack water. You can't bend it. It conforms to the shape of its container, and in a calm state, its surface is perfectly level. So, how in the world can you have oceans that are thousands of miles across, supposedly clinging to the outside of a spinning ball? It just defies the fundamental physics of water. Think about the sheer scale of the oceans. The Pacific Ocean is almost 10,000 miles wide. According to the globe model's own math, there should be a bulge of water in the middle that's hundreds of miles high. A ship sailing across it would have to travel up this massive water hill and then back down the other side. But of course, that's not what happens. Canals, lakes, even vast oceans, when measured, prove to be level. The Suez Canal is 100 miles long with no locks, and the water level is the same at both ends. The globe proponents say gravity holds the water to the ball. So, which is more believable? A mysterious, invisible force that somehow makes water bend and stick to a spinning ball, or the simple, observable fact that water is flat, and therefore the Earth it rests upon must also be flat? Okay, this is the one that really gets people. The iconic blue marble photo. The picture of Earth from space that's on every poster, every textbook, every news report. Wrong. What if I told you it's not a photo? The most famous images of the full Earth are admittedly CGI composites. They take strips of satellite data, stitch them together, and literally paint in the clouds and colors. Go ahead. try to find a real, single-shot photograph of the full Earth from space. Now for the final nail in the coffin, the one that ties it all together. The moon landing. For decades, people have been pointing out the inconsistencies. The flapping flag in a vacuum, the lack of stars in the sky, the weird shadows. If they faked the moon landing, then everything they told us about space could be a lie. It becomes a Hollywood production. If we never went to the moon, we've never had a human being far enough away from the Earth to actually see it as a sphere with their own eyes. All the eyewitness accounts from astronauts become part of the script. The photos and videos they brought back? Just props from a movie set. The moon landing was the ultimate trump card for the globe model. But if that trump card is a joker, the whole house of cards comes tumbling down. Faking the moon landing serves a purpose: to solidify the globe model in the public consciousness beyond any doubt. So there you have it. 5 pieces of evidence that make you go, From the horizon that never curves, and planes that never dip their nose to water that refuses to bend, and photos that are more digital art than reality. We just scratched the surface today, but it's a lot to think about, right? It challenges the most basic thing we think we know. We're not telling you what to believe. The point of this isn't to convince you the Earth is flat. The point is to make you think, to make you question. In a world where we're told to trust the science, it's weird that so much of what we can observe with our own eyes seems to contradict the official story. Is it all just a misunderstanding of physics and perspective, or is it something more? Is it possible that the biggest secret in human history is hiding in plain sight, right beneath our feet? The rabbit hole goes deep on this one, and we're here for it. We live for these conversations, the ones that push boundaries and challenge the status quo. What do you think? Could the Earth really be flat? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear the arguments, the counter-arguments, everything. Let's have a real debate down there. And if you love questioning everything and diving into the world's biggest controversies, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We've got so much more coming your way, and you're not going to want to miss it. Peace. What do you believe?